Hey, what's going on, everyone? Sly here with Flo. And Flo, listening to KNBR, I thought I heard something pretty big regarding our defensive line and our defense, run defense especially. And it was about, obviously Kinlaw. Givens hasn't been playing great either. But I thought it was some great insight from what he said about this whole situation, what's going on with the run game. Let's check this out. We'll talk about it.
And whether Eric Armstead is back for the postseason, that's a big deal, because if he's not back, I think all of a sudden, there's some vulnerabilities there with the run defense. We've seen it. I mean, the run defense was very good for the first 12 games of the season, and the average yards per carry since Armstead's been out is, right around a yard and a half more than what the opposition is getting against the 49ers defense. And why is that? I don't think their run defense is stout up the middle. Javon Hargrave is a really good player, Pro Bowl player, and deservedly so. But, the other guys don't grade out real well in the run.
You were talking about Eric Armstead. Eric has not played a game since the Philadelphia game, December the 3rd. And he told me that he was going to come back, as we were leaving for Washington on Friday, that he was going to come back and play against the Rams, but his services are no longer required, so he's not going to play in that game. So he's going to have 7 weeks from his last game, just about 7 weeks. They're going to play on that Saturday the 20th, so 1 day less in between games. So I think he'll be fully over that plantar fasciitis, or at least enough to play, which leads to, in your top 5 49ers to watch this Sunday against the Rams, interestingly, Sam Darnold is not number 1. It is Javon Kinlaw. And I think what you're talking about is, Kinlaw is getting run on a little bit too. And when Hargrave was out, so did Kevin Givens and Kalia Davis. But now you get Armstead back, the Gravediggers back. They've added Sebastian Joseph Day to this roster, and I think he's going to play more on Sunday than he did in Landover, just 11 snaps in his 49er debut. Why did you pick Kinlaw out for the most important Niner? And I'm wondering what his role really might be come January, Matt.
And that's exactly why. I just think that he has to show some improvement. He can't just continue to get rooted out of there on running plays between the tackles. And so, for his long-term viability in the NFL, or let's just say his next contract, and also for his role on this team in the postseason. I mean, if I'm the 49ers and the Rams step in with their backup running back and are running at Javon Kinlaw and pushing him out of the way, and they're gaining, 5, 6, 7 yards a pop, then I don't know that Kinlaw has a role on this team in the postseason if Sebastian Joseph Day, who I also listed as one of the 5 to watch, shows that he has acclimated to the 49ers system, and that he kind of is now doing the things that they want. I mean, there might be, an opportunity for a guy who's played 2-gap a lot in his career to be a rundown type of guy and, save Eric Armstead a little bit, or maybe his cardio is not going to be what he wants it to be in the first playoff game or even the second playoff game. There might be more opportunities for Joseph Day to get those snaps ahead of Kinlaw. So to me, I almost kind of see it as a competition for not necessarily who suits up, but who's the first guy off the sideline at the defensive tackle position when the 49ers start mixing and matching their guys as part of their D-line rotation.
All right, man. So, I mean, he went out there, and I got to give Maiocco credit, because obviously a lot of reporters are not going to say anything negative about Kinlaw because, Grant's not. He's going to get beat up. Larry Krueger, he's my favorite content creator. However, he's really buddy-buddy with Kinlaw. You see him making rap videos together on the channel, so he's not going to say anything negative. But it's kind of true, man. If he should be out there playing the whole game. Absolutely the whole game. And I talked about this. I told you on Monday that that's one guy I want to play the whole game, because, we don't know if we have what we have with him. And Joseph Day, same thing. If his ass out there and he performs at a great level, we may not even use Kinlaw. And that was my mentality going into this for the past few weeks. You have to look at it like this. Before Eric Armstead got hurt, we were the number, what number? We were number 3 defense in the NFL. You know what we are right now? Since Eric Armstead's been out, we've dropped down to number 7, and it's noticeable. The run game, we've been getting gashed, absolutely gashed out there. And I see there's some concern to me, and I'm glad that Maiocco is calling it out because no one else is. It seems like it's just blindfolded. The other reporters out there just like saying that Kinlaw's playing good. No, man, he's not. And I'm not just him. I don't want to just pick on him. Givens absolutely horrible as well. We tried the experiment with T.Y. McGill, and his ass, you just see he's older now. He's done. He looks absolutely done. He was pathetic out there when he was out there for 2 weeks. So it just begs the question: if Sebastian comes out, plays great, Eric Armstead comes back, does he even have a role on this team, man? What do you think about this whole situation?
Yeah, man, it's pretty much going to depend on how Sebastian comes in and plays. Obviously, this guy is a guy who has experience, championship experience. So he knows what to do. And then me and you have been harping about Javon Kinlaw, the last probably 3 or 4 years, that he's just not that guy. Unfortunately, I know he's had to deal with injuries, and he's put in the work in the offseason to try to get back out there. But man, he just gets pushed back too often for my liking, and I do not trust this guy. Luckily, like you said, Armstead's coming back at the opportune time, but he's going to need his breaks. So I think it's going to be a day at the end of the day. If he gets his legit shot to show that he could be that guy who could at least stop the run, because that's what's hurt us the last few seasons. Last year, Philadelphia, man, they just ran all over us in the playoffs because we couldn't stop it. Mm-hmm. In the playoff football, man, they're going to try to beat you every single way. Either if it's a run or a pass, you got to be able to stop one of the. Yeah, you got to be able to stop both. So. I think right now Kinlaw, I think he is kind of like our Achilles heel of this team because, man, every time we lose, man, I always just see him getting pushed back 5 yards at a time, man, and it's rough. It's rough to see because he's such a physically imposing guy, but I don't know, he just disappears in the big games to me.
Yeah, he does, man, and it seems like remember last year Washington game, our defense was up there just on fire. All of a sudden, Kinlaw comes back in that Washington game last year at Levi Stadium, and then our defense just takes a dip. It takes a freaking dip, and I was talking about it. People were like, I think you're kind of full of it, man. And then I just felt vindicated at the NFC Championship game when his ass was, up in the air and just getting worked. And we seen that, man. Has he gotten a little better from last year? Maybe, I don't know. But even those 3 sacks, you could see all of those sacks. They had all day to throw the damn ball. So, I mean, it's something that has to be addressed, and it was addressed with Joseph Day. Maybe we bring in someone else. I wouldn't even mind if we brought in Sue at this point, to be to clog the late inside. But something has to be done, and I'm glad that Maiocco said it, and I'm glad that hopefully he plays all game because we got to see if he's getting worked by backups from the Rams, then hey man, come on. And let's be honest, if he was a first round pick, he would not have even made the team at all. He would have made the team, and all this talk about, oh yeah, he's having such a great year. Dude, you got to be blind, man. Look at the All-22 film. If you don't believe that, look at your eye test. If you don't believe that, look at PFF. Him and Gregory these past few weeks, man, have been the worst dudes on PFF. I'm talking 30s, 40 grades. It's bad. So, to me, something has to be done, and hopefully they see that if he doesn't perform this week, they see that okay, we can't take no more chances. This is baloney. We're trying to win a damn Super Bowl. Our defense has dipped since our Eric Armstead has been out. Givens hasn't been getting it done. Kinlaw hasn't been getting it done. T.Y. McGill hasn't been getting it done. So bring in a new guy, and hopefully that is Sebastian Joseph Day, man.
Yeah, man, and you think about it, these teams that we're going to end up playing, Cowboys, pretty solid running game with Pollard. Eagles, obviously they got the best offensive line, even though they haven't been playing the greatest. Still, you don't know what's going to happen any given Sunday. So, man, you don't want to lose because we can't stop the run. And even the Rams, man. I think the Rams.
Williams has been really good.
has been playing really hot. So if we end up matching up with them, man, that might be a tough matchup. That might be a tough out. Obviously, I still have us favored, but you don't want to freaking get beat in the trenches, man, and that's what it seems like it's going to come down to for us this year on both offense and defensive line. I think we got to address that before the season ends and just try to, like you said, just try to go find the one guy. Maybe it's Dominican Sue to stop that freaking run game, clog up the lanes, but we got to do something because I think if we stand pat, we might end up freaking having to it's going to bite us in the ass down the road.
Yeah, man, you don't want to be in there with that 3rd and 7s, excuse me, that's what you want. You want to be,
yeah.
you want to be 3rd and 7s. You want to be 3rd and 8s. You don't want to be 3rd and 2. Where they could just run, or it's basically going to be a 4-down Terry. The new NFL, if it's 4th and 1, you're probably going to go for it. What the analytics say. So, I mean, you don't want that. You just want to get away from that and find guys that can stuff the run. And that's why Eric Armstead's so important that he's there. Because if he's not there, damn it, man, I think we might be in trouble because, yeah, every week these past few weeks seeing Kinlaw start. I even told you before the Arizona game, I was all, dude, I expect our defense to get torched in the run game, but I still think we're going to win because of Brock Purdy and that offense, and exactly that's what happened. No one talked about how we gave up 29 points. We were giving up almost 10 yards a carry against the Cardinals. It was just bad, and even the week before that, too, so...
And that was both their rushers, too.
It was, yeah, oh, dude, everyone was killing us, man, so hopefully we get something going, and hopefully Sebastian to the rescue because, man, something's got to happen, and hopefully our coaching staff notices what pretty much guys like Maiocco and myself know too. So,
yeah, but I guess we're gonna have to wait and see how Javon Kinlaw performs this Sunday against the Rams. See what Day is able to do in his reps, because it's gonna come down to one of these two guys. I think in order to truly go out there and win a Super Bowl, I think it's gonna come down to who they pick of these two guys.
Yeah, and so if he plays like shit, I'll be honest. If he plays like shit, don't have him play in the playoffs, man. Stop messing around. It's a cutthroat business. I get it, man. You want all these guys to be playing till the end, but it can't happen like that. When we have Kinlaw and Farrell out there, first of all, there's going to be no pass rush whatsoever. And, the run game inside, they run inside, we're screwed. So let's just get it together this week. Those two guys need to be playing the whole game and see what we got.
All right, well, you guys let us know what you guys think about this Matt Maiocco take. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. See y'all next time.
Peace.